So I just got off work and I am smoking a cigar, as you see. So I wanted to talk real quick, wait for this car to go. This is a pretty good cigar. Got this at a gas station. Believe it or not, here you can get real, authentic, hand-rolled, natural cigars, handmade cigars at gas stations here where I live. I wouldn't recommend it. Buy it at a humidor. But this is a real cigar that I got at a gas station. Macanudo, I think is how you pronounce it. I probably butchered the name. So let's talk real quick. I've got this creepy lighting going on because I'm under a light. It's like 12:20 in the morning. Just got off work. There's something what this video is what I'm gonna talk about in this video is just like breaking the trends of cigar smoking is something that I like doing. I just realized how ridiculous that sounds. I don't know what that means. I phrased it really poorly. I smoke cigars how I want to smoke cigars. I smoke cigars how I enjoy them. I don't inhale. I don't break rules like that. That's not what I meant. What I meant is a lot of people are very particular in how cigars are stored, how you should smoke them, what time of day, after you've eaten. And there are these rules that you should follow for cigars. There are some that, God, this lighting is creepy. There are some rules that you do need to follow when smoking cigars. I wouldn't recommend inhaling. In fact, I discourage it completely because even just getting a whiff of the smoke coming off of the front, if that hits your nose, you inhale that just even a little bit, a second ago I did it and my eyes were watering. I had it bit between my teeth. A little wisp went into my nose and it burnt like crazy. So there are some rules. There's some rules that you need to follow when cigar smoking. Don't inhale, take it slowly, don't smoke too fast or else acrid, sour flavors, tar will build up real quick and this cigar will go from being pleasant to unpleasant. There's some rules that, I don't even say they're rules, but there's some things I like to do that is really kind of cool. I wouldn't say cool to me, but it's something I like doing. It's just the thought of it, not being so, I wouldn't say pretentious, but not being so uptight with your cigars all the time. A lot of people in the cigar community recommend just smoking. If you're gonna have a cigar, smoke it all at once because the flavor's not gonna be there if you relight it days later and whatnot. But I, once in a rare while, when I smoke a cigar and it's a really big cigar or it's late and I need to go to bed, I find that, I don't want to waste this cigar. I spent so much money on it, so I'm going to store it. I'm going to put it in a Ziploc bag, pull all the air out of it, and keep it for 3-4 days on the counter. That to me is kind of, again, I don't want to say it's cool and sound egotistical, but I like that idea. I like when you don't follow, I like handle cigars how you want to handle them is what I'm saying. I'm not smoking on this for video's sake. I'm doing it so it won't go out. But that's what I like with cigars is follow the basic rules so you don't have a bad time with cigars. Don't inhale cigars, smoke them slowly, and it's recommended to, if you're new to them, to have a cigar after you've eaten, or at least eat something with a little bit of sugar in it if you haven't eaten, so you won't get sick from the nicotine. Other than that, you're good. But I find that with my work, just with my work schedule, with life, with in the near future joining the military and all these things that I'm doing and putting things together and working all the time, I find that sometimes I don't want to throw out a cigar. I like that sort of 60s, 70s, rustic mentality of manhandling a cigar. Put it in a Ziploc bag for a few days and then pull it out and light the sucker up. There's a lot of people that want to follow all this huge list of rules of how to smoke cigars, how to enjoy them, how to store them. And of course you need to store them properly. There are things that you need to do to keep a cigar so it's not spoiled, Switching hands here, my shoulder's getting tired. But at the end of the day, you have purchased a product and you handle it and do with it what you please. I find that every single cigar I have ever smoked, and I know how to smoke a cigar, I've been doing it for 3.5 years. Every single cigar that I've smoked, no matter how much I purged it, which means you blow through the cigar like this, no matter how many times I've done that, every cigar I've had, no matter the quality, no matter the build, no matter the price, has always gotten bitter and acrid and has lost all the flavor in the last third. So a thing that I like to do, like I said, it's once in a blue moon. I don't do it. I do it maybe once a year because I don't smoke cigars too often. But every once in a while, I get to the last third, I throw it in a Ziploc bag, and I wait. And I wait just a few days, just mostly because I've forgotten about it that's on the counter, not because you need to wait that long. But I really do recommend, if you can, to get the max amount of enjoyment and to smoke as much of a cigar as you can. Because they are, regardless, no matter if people consider a cheap, like a $2 or $3 cigar cheap, which is cheap for a cigar, you're paying for something, and for rolled up tobacco, it's expensive no matter what, because it's just a bunch of leaves rolled together. And another rule that I wouldn't say I break, but cigars to me are just something that I like to do for the taste, for the relaxation, for a whole lot of reasons, to reflect, to think. At very rare times I do it because I watch a Kirby Allison video or a guy reviewing a cigar on YouTube, and it sparks up my interest to smoke one again. Do whatever you want with your cigar. You bought it. Treat them however you want. I think that putting them in a Ziploc bag and storing them and taking them out a few days, it does nothing to the cigar. It's not going to taint it. It's not going to make it taste bad. The only people that are going to tell you that a cigar tastes differently, putting it out in the last third, letting it cool all the way down, putting it in the Ziploc, and then taking it out, and the only people that are going to tell you that it tastes differently from when you bought it and smoked it more when it was more fresh are people that are just nitpicking. Because this tastes no different to me than when I bought it 3-4 days ago. Kept it in the Ziploc bag, pulled it out, lit it up after work because I wanted to finish it. I wanted to get it off the counter, and I like smoking cigars. That's the nice thing about them. They are a personal thing. You personalize your experience with a cigar. That's what's fun about it. I'm finishing this up. I had it in a Ziploc bag for a few days, took it back out. And I like that mentality of just doing whatever you want with cigars. I don't like listening, hearing, or following all the rules that the cigar community has made up through the years. You'll find a lot of older people handling their cigars, of course with care, but they don't have to, I'm gonna put it in the humidor, I gotta smoke the thing all the way through, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, I gotta cut it just right, light up the cigar after you've taken it out of the Ziploc or whatever. If it's getting nasty, if it's getting gross, put it away, come back to it a few days. I don't like the idea that if it gets gross, throw it out. If it's getting gross, put it away. Light it up the next day, purge it, see if it tastes better. And that's it.